We've got former Playboy playmate, actress and star of a very own Real Housewives of Orange County. Jeana Keough is in the office, so stay tuned. It's Kiwi of the Coast. No, it didn't work. I had a good practice, though. That was great. Do it again. We have got former Playboy playmate, actress and star of our very own Real Housewives of Orange County on the show, Jeana Keough, in the office. Stay tuned. It's Kiwi of the Coast.
I'm Kiwi of the Coast, the agent with the most tips, tools, and tactics for your home. Meet Kiwi of the Coast and team with the most qualified buyers for your home. Think Kiwi of the Coast when you want to sell the most. Client satisfaction guaranteed. Client satisfaction guaranteed.
And it's welcome back to the Kiwi of the Coast Real Estate and Lifestyle Show. Boy, it's the holiday season. Everybody's got the hats on. I'm Kiwi, your host, and this is the show with the most tips, tools, and tactics for that real estate listener, that sophisticated real estate and lifestyle listener out there. It's our holiday edition. We're reaching out to everybody in the show. The audience is growing. We're at Show 21, streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube on the new vMix system, which is making Carlos here real smiley. Hey, we got a fabulous show coming up. We've got the behind the scenes, and everything will be bared with former Playboy playmate, get it right, television and film actress and star of our very own The Real Housewives of Orange County, Jeana Keough. We've also got Spoonful of Sugar, which is Sugar Shane's favorite segment, where he lets everybody know what's been happening up the hill in Newport Coast. And of course, we've got the Kiwi Squeeze. And Carlos is going to squeeze the old Kiwi. It's his favorite segment. More about that later, so stick around. But before we get started, here is a quick team intro. Working hard on our next real estate presentation. We got Shane Gillum, our field specialist, Carlos Cepeda in technology and social media, and of course, Ann Stavin, our staging and interiors expert. Hey, and before we get started, live in the studio, as always, our hard-working Team Kiwi mob. We got Shane Gillum. Big shout-out to Shane. How you doing, my friend? Still bearing up after all that filming today. How you getting on?
Hey, Kiwi. Thanks for having me, as always. Big show today. We had a big day up the coast there, filming a fantastic new listing of ours. But, big show.
Mum's the word on that one just at the moment. Hey, we got, and by the way, that your hat looks fabulous. We're going to switch over to Carlos, Steve Cepeda. He's definitely on the ones and twos today. He's had his work cut out. How you doing there on that new media board? Yeah, Carlos, you're looking good there, babyface Z.
Looking good, feeling great. Let's do this.
Big shout out to Ann. She's been running around handing out all those C's candies to all our clients, and I think she is getting ready for Christmas. But guys, what a week it has been, huh, Sugar Shane? We've had a little jingle bells in the mix, maybe. I don't know. Christmas is on the rise.
It's on it. There it is.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Hey, I want some more of that song. I love that little tune. And, of course, the word on the street is everybody's been hitting the malls. They've been hitting the Amazons. Sugar, what's Santa bringing you this year? What's going on? Anybody bringing you anything in your stocking?
Oh, I hope so. I hope it's full of goodies and maybe some toys, some big boy toys, maybe a new car there. Honey, if you're watching, I'd love a new car.
Yeah, you need that new Mercedes. They're having a great sale down there at Fletcher Jones. Big shout out there to our favorite dude there at Fletcher Jones selling all those cars. Hey, and also it has been wax those skis, hit the slopes, because guess what? In Southern California, we've got this thing called surf and turf. Explain, Sugar Shane. What is surf and turf mean?
Well, typically for me, it means maybe a steak and lobster meal, but
I think you might be right, man. It's
oh
like,
no, some
well,
skiing,
it's-
some skiing. Okay, we got the beaches and we got skiing right here in Southern California.
and I don't think it's got anything to do with surf and turf. That was just a bad cue there, my friend. But anyway, yeah, you can go surfing in the morning, surf's up. You can throw the surfboard in, you throw the skis, and you can be on the slopes in our local mountains there in the afternoon. It's a very cool
Yeah, up in
place
Big
to
Bear,
live.
right?
Yeah,
I
Big
just
Bear.
got hit
It's
with a bunch of stuff.
nice. And you can probably ski in your t-shirts, right, Shane? I mean,
Probably.
easy peasy. Hey, and also the celebrations continue down at the bay. What's going on down there?
Hey, we
You know-
got the Christmas boat parade starting next week. I think on Wednesday is opening day for the Newport Beach and Harbor boat parade.
It is, and look at that little photo over there. It looks like that Santaville craft there is kind of sinking, but the reindeer are heading into the oblivion. Maybe that's tied to the dock, which is probably a lucky thing to be happening there. But well, guys, it's our guest spot time. I know everybody's waiting around because we've got a local celeb in our midst, and we're a bit nervous, because I mean she's a star, and we're just pretending. Really, it is the former Playboy playmate, television and film actress, and star of our very own The Real Housewives of Orange County. Can you pick her out? Throw that little photo on the screen there, Carlos, of Jeana Keough. Now, you didn't know she was a Playboy model. And,
No. Well, had you not told me, I almost didn't come into work today until you said we had a Playboy playmate, former Playboy playmate model, and I hurried up, put my Team Kiwi shirt on, and made sure I came into work today. So thanks for letting
Yeah,
me
I
know.
noticed you're wearing that good shirt. But there she is in the lineup there. That's a bit of a sneak preview of young Jeana. She's in the studio. Carlos, blow that girl up on the screen. Let's have a look at her.
Hey,
There she is. My God,
Hey,
she's looking
Jeana.
good. She's
Hi,
looking
guys.
really good with that reindeer. You got some saggy reindeer antlers there, babe. No saggy antlers on the show.
Yeah, I got saggy
thanks for
reindeer.
coming on. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. We've got to really lift our game, but we got lots of fun questions for you. So, but for those who don't know Jeana, or the star of the original Real Housewives of Orange County, or RHOC as it's known. This is a very popular show that started through Bravo March 21st, 2006. They've had 13 seasons. And of course, who have we got in the studio? One of the originals. So, Jeana, how did you get started in modeling and film and television? Tell us about your start of your modeling career. How did that start?
In Chicago, my modeling agency was invited to the Playboy 25th anniversary of the magazine. They invited all the top models. So at that party, which they were filming a television special for half, I met a producer, and he invited me to California, and that was it. Never went back, never
Now-
looked back.
Now, how did you have to audition for we won't touch on the Playmate. This is a family show, and we're not showing any pictures, I promise. But Shane's very curious about how that came about, ain't you, Shane?
Yeah, about how.
How did you get picked for the Playboy magazine?
Well, for
How did
2
that
years
work?
before I even went to California, because Playboy building, my modeling agency was in that building. Every time I went to the elevator to pick up a check, some photographer was discovering me. So when I finally came to California 3 years later, it was kind of a natural. It was a sorority I wanted to be part of.
No, fabulous. But it's the music videos. We were talking before the show. It's the music videos that you really were enjoying and was more popular. And they tell me that you were in the ZZ Top music video, so you could dance as well, I guess. Tell us about that.
Yes, I was a dancer, and ZZ Top Videos was a fun thing that my director was filming, and he asked me to be part of it. So I ended up doing, I think, 5 for them, and it was fun.
Yeah,
it was so much fun.
And that was pioneering, wasn't it? I mean,
It was the very
wasn't it?
first music video, and then there was Sharp Dressed Man and Little People, California Girls. They all came after that.
What was your favorite one? Did you have a favorite video that you were in?
Oh, I loved Legs. I loved the red
Yeah.
car. I loved being in legs. That was fun. That was my favorite.
No, well, very good. And then, of course, there was television. Look, the callers are just dialing in, man. They can't believe you're on the show. Television. Now, you were in Pink Lady, TJ Hooker, the A-Team, Bullets and Bikinis. Tell us about that.
That was really fun. That was really fun. I loved Mr. T and Dirk Benedict. They were just great. George
So what
Bard.
was
It
your
a fun
role?
show to work on.
Were you the
Oh, I don't
damsel in distress? What was that all about?
I think I saved Face. I had to swim in the water and save him. So it was kind
no
of fun.
kidding.
You're on Cheers
Yeah.
too, is that right?
Cheers was great. Yeah, the thing
And I
was
think,
a
was it
bunch of
Ted
playmates
Danson?
running around the bases. It was a baseball game, and of course Ted Danson struck us all out, and everybody was saying the object was for the girls to run around the bases. You struck them all out, so it was a funny bit. It was cute.
No, that's good. But
But my favorite
and
movie was 10 to Midnight with Charles Bronson.
10 to Midnight.
He was amazing.
Tell us about 10 to Midnight. Tell us a little bit about, and that was one of your movies in 1983. Because
Yeah, that was taken after the Richard Speck killing of the nurses. So it was kind of like I'm cooking in a kitchen, but you know the bad guy's there, and I'm never going to get to eat it. So it was fun. But Charles Bronson was amazing to work with, and he taught me a lot.
Charles Bronson. Well, there's a name. Incredible, incredible. But there are others. There was Off the Wall and Up the Creek. I mean, gosh, the list goes on. And we didn't know about this at all, did we, Shane?
Yeah, Up the Creek was so much fun. Whitewater rafting movie with Tim Matheson, and it was a lot of fun.
Did you get to do a
John
little paddling?
Travolta's wife had started filming, and then we had to reshoot because she got called back to finish a show in California. But it was fun meeting Kelly.
Neat. Well, everybody, of course, knows you for the part you have been playing and played in the Real Housewives of Orange County. And that's really what you're known for. You were on the original, you're an original on the show, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an original. The producer was my neighbor.
Okay, now
Scott
you can
Dunlop,
see these
who
lovely.
created the show.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, but right now I have trouble identifying all these five pretty ladies. Now, there's the gorgeous one in the middle there. We know who that is. That is you. The gal on the left, who is that? Run through the
Kimberly.
names. So,
Kimberly, Lori, Vicky, and Joe.
okay, we got them. So you touched on this just a minute ago, but how did the show come about? What was the original idea for the Real Housewives? Was there something unreal about it? So how did it come out? And
It
where
was
did
supposed to be
morph
called
from?
Behind the Gates, and it was supposed to be a little iconic look at our lifestyles. But we didn't really have a gate. We had like a little yellow noodle that went up and down. So we always used to laugh at that. And Desperate Housewives was huge back then, and Bravo wanted to capitalize it and say, this is the Real Housewives of Orange County. So
Now, what neighborhood was this at the time, in case
Coto de
people in
Casa.
California know? Coto de Casa, great neighborhood there in South County. And you lived
Yeah.
there next door to the creator of the show, right?
and Vicky Gunvalson was up the street.
Oh, my gosh. So it really was in the hood, in the neighborhood, so to
It
speak.
was in the hood. Yeah.
Wow.
And then Lori
wow.
Peterson was Vicky's assistant at the time. So
Oh, well, and then
that's how she got on the show.
you mentioned too before that there was a bit of a writer's strike, so they were looking for sort of more of a
Oh, yes.
reality type show, because you were pioneering back there.
The Real Housewives really took off because there was a huge writer's strike for years, and we were the only original new programming show because it wasn't a written show; it was just live. So that
Right.
really put us on the map. Yeah.
And what was the original name for the show before it became the Real
Behind the
Housewives
Gates.
of Orange? Behind the Gates. No one, and they ditched
And
that,
people
right?
were up in arms. They were rioting and having homeowners association meetings trying to prevent us from filming in Coto. Like we were going to bring all these terrorists and things of Hollywood into their private little community. But after
Oh, I
a year or
bet.
two, they changed, and now they're very proud of it. So
No, well, they should be too. So, Desperate Housewives was kind of the one of the ideas where it morphed from. But how real was the show? I mean, how off the cuff versus scripted when you first started?
no, there's no scripting involved. They were not actors, most of the people except for me. So it was your real life, and they were talking about real events. And they may say, "Hey, do that again where you and Vicky said that. We want to recapture, get another angle of Vicky on it." So they would have us rework a scene or two, but it was real organic in the beginning. And then afterwards, it got to be like, okay, this is ugly clothes. I want to have wardrobe. I want my makeup done. And everybody started to grow and become like little monsters. They created monsters.
So that's how the scene, so as it got more popular, and that's what changed then. So what did change?
Right.
You were starting to allude to it there for a little minute. They wanted to make some profits, I guess, out of the show.
Well, in the beginning,
what
we'd all
changed?
jump in a car together, and then one person would be like, "I want my own car and my own makeup artist, and I don't want to share." And it's like, oh my God, you guys. After being in plays and movies and stuff for years, I had seen enough of that princess act, so I never did that. I was always gracious to everybody, from the little guy to the big guy. So it was.
So
fun
what about
to
what about the privacy factor and being in the public eye so much? Did that affect you in any way with the reality TV?
You know, because I already was an actress before, and I was married to a Major League Baseball player at the time, everybody knew who I was in my little community of 100 homes when I moved there. So it didn't change that much for me, but it did change for my children. They became a little bit of targets, and the police would stop them, and they never got a ticket hardly ever, because the police would just say, "Slow down." And everybody would call and say, "Hey, your kid's speeding." So it was kind of fun. It was like everybody would watch my kids.
And how did the kids cope? I mean, look, if your mum's on the show and you go to school and they go, "Huh, your kid's on that show," how did that change things for your kids or for the kids of the other cast members? Must have been a bit of a challenge for families at times.
Cara was a working actress, my daughter. Her first movie was with Dustin Hoffman. So she already had that. She was still doing commercials and stuff. But the boys, it was new for them. I mean, they always got attention for their sports, but to get attention for the show, which they didn't think it was that, it didn't show us in the best lights. You'd hit a home run and they'd show you striking out or getting picked off of a play. So
they sort of, was that Bravo? Did Bravo sort of, because they wanted more drama in the show, did they
wanted
start
more drama? It's like, let's show him stealing and getting picked off.
Right, rather than the good things like graduating from high school if he got, you know, okay.
Honors or home run in a baseball game, you're getting to see the bad things.
Yeah, and they still replay me driving my daughter to college and waking up and telling her I was going to hit her so hard she would bleed if she didn't stop going 90 on the way to Berkeley. And I mean, every college season, it's like, here goes, let's show Jeana taking her daughter to college. She's going to hit her so hard she bleeds.
I heard Berkeley out there. I know my daughter up there in Arizona is watching the show. She's a Berkeley grad. So, hey, Jeana's kid went to Berkeley. That's pretty cool. Go Cal, go Cal. So what about the other cast members? Were you friends or did tensions arise as time went on?
We all were friends, and then tensions would arise because Bravo wanted more drama. They'd say, "What do you really think about Vicky and her husband breaking up? Tell us how you really feel." And we wouldn't want to say anything because it was their business, but they wouldn't let you out of the hot seat until you gave an opinion. Well, maybe they should just try some time apart, and then everybody would get mad at me. So I'm a people pleaser, so eventually I would say what they wanted me to say.
Yeah, just to get out of the hot seat, right? I mean, just give them what they want and then you'd move on. Hey, what about some funny stories? There must have been some real crack-ups on the show. What did what are some of those that you can tell the audience?
Well, when Tamara she had some really bad issues with her stomach for years, and we would literally have to pull the limo over on the side of the road so she could go to the bathroom. We always had fun laughing at that. But eventually we got her a really good doctor, and she didn't have that problem anymore. But it was years of, she would get stressed, and then we'd have to pull over, and we'd just crack up.
Nerves, anxiety.
But like being on the show. Hey, was that you?
Jeana, now I know obviously it's probably a bit more lucrative these days than back when you started, but was it lucrative at all back when, what's the difference between
the first season? It was just like a giant test. The second season, the girls all started creating things to show on TV. This is my new purse line, whatever they were doing. And it was lucrative for the publicity for your business. People would be moving to California, and they would call me to sell them a house. So that always was a good thing. But after the first season, it wasn't organic anymore. It was all kind of, seriously, you just created a makeup line. I mean, I was a little cold about it.
And I know you can't talk money, but you know some of the actresses and are starting to make some serious money after some seasons.
Yes,
is it true to say they were making 6 figures a season, somewhere in that range?
It's really good money now. So after 13 years, so now any new show that starts, they have a formula. You get paid this first season, this second season, this third season. Right. So yeah, it's been a very big moneymaker for Bravo. So it's good they're paying the girls.
Right, and then you started in Orange County, and then the show morphed to other centers, right? To Miami. Where else did the show go?
It's the next one was New York. Jill Zarin called me and said, "Hey, how much you get paid for doing that show? Because we're just getting ready to sign some contracts." So I called my buddy Scott. And I go, "Scott, you know they're doing a show in New York? You're the creator and developer. Are you doing that one too? You never told me. Why didn't you tell me?" Well, he didn't know, but he got on the phone and called his lawyers and straightened it all out. So thank God.
And I know there was wasn't there a little bit of kerfuffle, a little bit of strife over the original creation with the 2 other guys that said maybe they created it. And I read that somewhere.
I knew Scott.
What was the?
Yeah, I mean, he should have had me on the witness stand, because the day he's created the show, he's like, "I want to do you have a house like a revolving door. Every time I come here, who's that guy? He's a writer from New York. He's an actor from, LA, staying here." There was always all these people in the house. So he created over my family, and then they went back and said, "Okay, you need some more people, some more families." So I thought with real estate, it would have been a great thing to have just my new clients every, if you could find some fun clients, but they're like, "No, we want families in there." So then they got the insurance agent, and I don't know what Tamara was. She said she was a realtor, but she wasn't really a realtor.
So they had people from different works, because I know Sugar Shane over here is wanting to audition with his, beautiful gal Diana there. Maybe. So what do people do if they think they should want to be on the show and audition? Can you audition, or do you have to be in code?
Bravo interviews every season. They'll put out a casting in the local newspapers, and they want you to be a little crazy, a little type A. They usually want a fabulous lifestyle or a house or something. So
right. So a small place
probably is not going to get the nod.
Yeah. Hey, you'll work through it, Shane. Don't worry, buddy. There's a spot for you there. They'll hold it for you.
I'm all right.
So, hey, would you do it again? Would you go through it, and would you do it?
Experience. Anywhere you go, people recognize you, and people recognize the kids, and the kids get a lot of attention still for being on the show. So yeah, no, it was a great experience.
And what do you see as the benefits then from, I mean, do you get your parking tickets waived or anything like that?
Pretty much. Not so much waived, but I never lose a court case when I go to court with real estate.
We don't want you going to court, but I mean, get you a seat in the stadium. It has some fringe benefits.
You can go to a restaurant that's packed and you have to have a reservation 2 weeks in advance, and they create a table for you. It's just the perks are nice. And it's great for my clients too. They get their house gets picked up by AP, and I get to meet people like you, Kiwi. So how bad can that be?
Well, that's right. That's right. And maybe if enough people watch this little show, hey, maybe I can get a table down there at Del Taco, on a Friday night.
Yeah, they're making tamales.
Easy there. Carlos has got himself a new button on that next to that whoopee cushion. So you talked about the kids. How was school and the benefits and getting seats? I know Shane's got a question. It's going to happy and sad. What's your question there, Sugar?
Well, I mean, I guess what's obviously some high points and low points there. You have an all-time high point. You probably gained some sales off of it, so it's helped your business, I'm sure. What's your highest and lowest point of the show?
Highest point for me was getting to be on Oprah, because I was a huge fan of hers, and Wendy Williams, and doing all the different talk shows. We got to be meet the writer and be on her radio show. She had written Sex in the City, So we just got to do a lot of fun stuff.
Got to meet some
Tell
cool
us about
people.
the Oprah. I want to hear about that Oprah show. Tell us about that show and how fun was that? What questions did she ask you that we're not asking you?
Well, after that show, I've been like one of her favorites. So she likes to check in with me once in a while. So the girls had to wear 5 outfits. And that was the makeup and the hair and everything. We were supposed to make California girls look like New York girls. And there was 5 outfits that every girl has to have in her wardrobe. So it was a teaching thing. There's the pencil skirt, the baggy blue jeans. So everybody had a look. Well, here comes Gretchen. Hers was the baggy sweater and the leotard. And she's like, I don't want to wear this. I don't want to be on the show. I'm not going on national TV looking frumpy. So I had a turtleneck and a pencil skirt. So I said, I'll switch. I like that. So I switched with her. And then Vicky comes out. She goes, I don't like this one. She's in the cute little business dress. I don't want to wear this one. I said, well, switch with me. So I literally switched 5 times. So when Oprah comes out, she beelines for me and grabs me and she says, the producers told me how great you were, that you didn't care what you were, that you got the concept, that it was 5 looks. And we had to wear 5. We each had to wear the look. It wasn't negotiable. You can't wear your prom dress you brought. We have to wear, this is the theme of the show, that, that's bigger than you. So it was rewarding.
So Oprah kind of saw that. She kind of saw the human side of what you are and how you are, and she
and then
responded
her
to
first
that.
question after that was, how's Matt? And how are the kids? How's Shane?
Yeah.
How's Cara? I mean, she knew all the kids' names. It was great. And then about a year and a half ago, she did a show called Where Are They Now? And she came to Florida. Her crew came to Florida to film me down, showing me being a grandmother with my daughter and the baby. And it was really fun.
Wait a minute. We don't have that anywhere. You're a grandma now as well.
It was a good push for my real estate because they flashed in my little Coldwell Banker sign, and it was great. So
yeah. Well, congratulations on being a grandma. We didn't know that. So even today, I know you were chatting just before we went on the air that many people come up to you and start messing around with your hair and stuff. And I'm thinking, what is that all about?
People will walk up to you at the airport. You have to leave early. They just come up and give you a hug, and you're like, God, do I know them? I'm so bad with names, so I think I do. And they're like, you don't really know us. We just really like you. It's like, but women, when they drink, they always want to take their picture with me, and they're always messing with my hair. And granted, it probably looks like a rat's nest, and they want to just fix it, I don't know. But it's fun.
Yeah. So you left the show after, let me get it right, 5 seasons, or how many seasons it was. What made you decide to leave the show?
It was just getting mean. They were mean. And I don't like mean. I don't do mean. And I was always like the mother. So I'd say that, Gretchen, don't have any more shots. You're going to fall down and break your teeth. And then Bravo would be mad at me because I'm telling her to stop drinking. It's like, she's already almost in a coma, and she literally didn't fall because I made somebody walk her to the bathroom, which became a big scene because she's in the bathroom going, you're cute. So they didn't like me producing the show. And I would say, hey, 5 hours of film and a dinner scene, they're all shit-faced, let's go home. Because I'm the only one who would eat. Everybody else thought it didn't look good to eat on TV, but it's like, we're at the Ritz. I'm going to try that. You don't want that? Let me try that.
Absolutely. So did you ever think about creating your own show? You'd had all this experience in this reality show. Had you had any ideas? Had you thought about doing your own show at one stage?
Well, my daughter is working on different show options and filming different pilots in Florida. So I would be on her show. She wants to do like a house flipping show with her realtor husband. But as far as my own show, I'm real happy with my career. I make a lot of money in real estate, and I can
that's
do both.
something, and that's something that we're very proud of because you are a real estate agent broker here at Coldwell Banker, specializing in Coto de Casa and, of course, Newport Beach. How has it been? How's your career been coming from Housewives? Probably a pretty silly question, but tell us about how the, being on the shows helped you or hindered you in the real estate business.
Being on the show and making you a household name definitely helps my real estate business. Even if I'm the buyer's agent, I'll be at dinner and someone will say, hey, you're their realtor. It's like, I don't know them. They said, well, we were the sellers. It's like, okay, because you don't always get to meet the sellers. But no, it's just been always good things for me. The kids were a little tougher because they made them look bratty or whatever.
Right.
But I never had trouble with it. I was always
Well,
the normal one.
so the publicity has helped, because I know you also talked about an article after a home sale of you in the Wall Street Journal, which was, I think we don't have it to throw up, but it was great
No, but it
publicity.
was
Tell us
great.
about tell us how that came about. The Wall Street Journal
Coldwell
article.
Banker created it, and I think Coldwell Banker actually wrote something, and it got picked up by Wall Street Journal and everywhere, saying, what is 6.9 Bayou and Costa de Casa versus Newport Beach? And it was such a huge difference. And then
Right.
I think I was number 3 realtor for social media in the United States, and it was the other TV show that was the higher. Was it the Altmans
So
or
it
something?
almost went viral then, effectively, almost went viral, this particular article.
Yes, when I list something, it shows up on the AP and in China. So it's great marketing.
No.
So on top of Coldwell Bankers, great marketing. I have my own little personal brand, so it gets my houses sold.
Whatever it takes.
Excellent.
I think it's time for Truth or Dare, Jeana. This is a little
Okay.
segment we like to do with everyone. So Truth or Dare. Dare is not an option today. So truth it is.
Uh-oh.
But
Yeah, no question, no tricky questions.
all
here,
right,
Shane.
no tricky question. But in all seriousness, the TV show Real Housewives seems to make out like everyone is always fighting and getting catty, and then it almost seems like no one's friends afterwards. But who from the show are you still friends with? Are some of those ladies really your true friends, and who have you stayed friends with since the show?
Well, Tamara just moved to Kodo and is joining the club, so I'm sure I'll see her a little bit more now than when she lived in Ladera. But Vicky and I see each other probably once a month. We'll do something. I still see Joe. I call Kimberly once a year. Quinn Fry, I see whenever she comes to California because she lives in Oregon-ish now, or Upper California somewhere. But I can't even remember who the rest of the girls are. Tammy Knickerbocker's my friend since my daughter was 3 years old. She lives here in Newport Beach, so I see quite a bit of her.
So
But,
in reality,
Lori,
you actually
see
are
when we're on
friends
TV
with
together.
a majority of these people, and you've stayed in touch and good friends with them. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I think everybody realized it's just a little piece of time, and no matter what you thought, they always know that I had the right intentions.
Yeah.
Don't arrest your husband, just get a restraining order was good advice.
Right. So you had smart, good advice. Well, we of course know of Heather Dubrow up in Crystal Cove, that beautiful big home. Are you friends with Heather? Do you ever run into her at all?
I don't know if she would recognize me if she saw me. When I first met her, she said, "Who are you and why are you at my party?" And Bravo paid me a lot of money to be
That
at
was
that
the
party.
truth part of the truth of Dear
It was
right
her
there.
first season, and it's like, seriously, you never watched any previous episodes of the show before you went on there? And I just thought it was like, just kind of she wanted to just be a little brat, I guess. I don't know. So we never were close.
It happens. Well,
I like
I
her
think
husband.
that about.
I like Terry. Terry's nice. He's always fun and kind.
Yeah, no, that's good. Well, I think you're a standout with respect to keeping in touch with all those ladies, those beautiful ladies, all those. No, they're not really housewives. They're all working mothers, and they've got businesses and all of that.
Most
So
of them are
they
single housewives. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't really call me a
fantastic.
housewife. I couldn't cook. I couldn't do laundry. I was.
Oh, I'm more of a
further
housewife.
swing. I found a housewife. I really wanted Bravo to put Frankie. I don't know if you ever remember Frankie's my heavy set gay designer, fabulous. He was more of a housewife than I ever was. He cooked, he cleaned, he did laundry.
Well, the show could have gone in that direction after
They
all those
should have had
episodes.
one,
It
I
could have
swear.
gone into the gone left and,
And then
gone
I
right.
brought the cool in to have a gay on the show. So then all the other shows, everybody had to have a gay friend. It's like, whatever.
Well, it's it's the right thing to do. I think you got to be,
Right.
across all avenues for sure.
Yes.
Hey, any other questions you'd like us to ask you? I mean, we've gone through a lot of questions and we've got extra time. Carlos, you got any questions over there on the ones and twos? No questions, Your Honor. He rests. What about you,
Well,
Shane?
thanks for having me. It was a
No,
lot
it's great
of fun.
great to see you in
Nice
the
seeing
office
you.
every now and then, Jeana. And we hope
I
to
need to
do
show
a
up more.
deal with you here soon in the near future.
Yes,
Absolutely.
let's work on that.
Hey, but you know what? Stay out of Newport, though. You're making a little nervous. We're happy to go down to Kodo and see you. But
I love
attention
Newport.
up here. Yeah. Well,
There's
it's
enough
really
work
been
for all of us
wonderful.
down here.
That is true. It's been wonderful having you on, Jeana. You're
Thanks.
a great
Everybody
gal.
have a
You're a
great
great We've got a lot of stories to tell. Going to have you on soon. And thanks for coming on the Kiwi of the Coast show. We love to have you. So thanks so much again, everybody. Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Happy holidays.
Thanks, Jeana.
Must be time for the old Kiwi ad, I think. There, we need a little water break there for the Team Kiwi ad. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Team Kiwi is for hire. Remember, Team Kiwi is a top-performing real estate team here at Coldwell Banker, Newport Beach, here to serve and answer any of those real estate questions you might have 24/7. Call now. Operators are standing by. And back to the show. So this is kind of a little part so that Carlos can draw breath here because he's been fiddling with all those buttons. So what is your pet peeve out there, Sugar Shane? What have you been struggling with the last couple of days?
Oh, this may sound silly, but I think it would have to be today. Difficult time getting in those gates at Crystal Cove. I had that line over at Reef Point was almost down to PCH. Took a little while to get in there for our big shoot on our big house today, but hey, got to move those people through the visitor line there quicker.
And I was there too. There were 3 lines of people. They got 3 rows, and it looked like they were piling up outside of the Starbucks there to get in through that Reef Point gate. Hey, one of our competitors must have had a broker preview or something today. Who knows? But anyway, time for segment number 3, and Carlos knows what that is.
Now it's time for a spoonful of sugar.
And this is where Sugar Shane gets to tell us and let us know what's been happening up the hill in Newport Coast this week. So what's been going on up there, Sugar Shane? Give us.
Hey, Kiwi, thanks for the lead in. So just a few facts, what's been happening in Newport Coast. This is single-family homes, of course, excluding Crystal Cove. But we have a total of 54 listings on the market currently. There we are. Carlos put up. Last week we had 58, so we're down about 4 homes in total. Of note, that first one on the list there, 3 Avignon. We are now the lowest priced home. That's our listing, 3 Avignon in Newport Coast. Now that has a view and a larger yacht or lot for the neighborhood. So we're hoping to see that one go here quick. We're also the only home under $2 million in Newport Coast right now.
Isn't that crazy? An only home with a view. So that is going to be a great property with that big lot and stuff there. So what else has been going on with the days in market, and what's our median average?
Well, while we're here real quick, I just wanted to also see if you go a few down, there's 4 Coral Reef. That's, you know, up there is one of the lowest price homes on the market as well. That's holiday priced now at $2,399. That's under $2.4 million to get into Pelican Ridge. I don't think you'll ever be able to buy into Pelican Ridge for that price or less ever again. So someone's got to jump on that deal.
Yeah, that's a real jingle bells price on that one. We love that home. 3,400 square feet, 3-car garage, easy to see. Great folks up there. Bayo and Rose, big shout out to you guys because I know you're watching.
As we scroll down to the bottom there, Carlos, we'll go to the averages. Right now, average days on market, we're at 199 days on market. That's the average for all the listings in Newport Coast single-family residence right now. About 5,300 square foot, your average-sized home up there, and your price per square foot's just north of $1,000 a square foot at $1,095.83 a square foot. Your average asking price currently is 6.5, a little north of 6.5 million. So some pretty high numbers.
Yeah, and as that days on market grows, that's telling the sellers out there they got to adjust their prices to the market. And it's not just about the holidays. Yes, people argue it's a bit of a slowdown, but frankly, the internet never sleeps. The weather is great. If you've got a view home, it's fantastic. The buyers who are out there are serious. They've got some more time because it's the holidays to look. So keep those properties on the market. But look, get real with your prices. I think that's the message we're trying to deliver out there, right?
Couldn't agree more. Absolutely. Yep. If we go to what's been happening in the past week. The market there. Of note, we have 3 homes that have recently gone active, and that's in 14 days. So not a lot of homes going on the market. We have 16 High Point and 1 Gallery Place. Also, one Tranquil, and that's those are both one Tranquil and 16 High Point are both in Pacific Ridge. 16 High Point's a remodeled home that was on the market. Someone purchased it and completely remodeled it. Then one Gallery, that also is a home up in Pelican Hill. That was purchased and completely redone and is back on the market for $13 million. The other one is
that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a cool home. 16 High Points at nearly $4 million. That's a high number for that neighborhood in Pelican Ridge, but we'll see. We'll have to go take a look. That's a beautiful looking home. Active under contract. We had 5 homes go under contract in the past 14 days. And I think the one that strikes us the most is 39 Avignon right there on the top. That's over there in Montserrat. We, of course, have competing homes. So now that we've seen 39 Avignon come off the market in Montserrat, we're hoping to get an offer on 3 Avignon, which has a very similar view profile. So interesting to see that.
That's right. If you missed out on number 39, come and see us at number 3. I think we got the better lot there, Shane says. So, yeah, 11 High Point, 3 Sane, a bit of a surprise there, $3,288,000.
That's a high number for Newport Ridge North, I got to tell you.
We like it, though. We like it because it means all the values, if that closes, going to be a big upward swing there for Newport Ridge North. Overlook, what about that one, Shane?
Yeah, Overlook, $3.9 million, and then we got 7 Sunset at nearly $7 million. So we got a good mix of homes coming off the market, everything from just under $2 million and all the way up to $7 million. So that's a good mix of homes going under contract. We got one house that's pending. That's 5 Via Cristallo. That's at $5.2 million. So it looks like that's a pretty solid deal up there. And then we had one close, 25 Le Mans, also in Newport Ridge North. That was a single level home with a view, a bit original, needs a bit of a remodel, but it went out the door at $2,580,000.
Yeah, we were saying $2,650,000 would be a good list number, which they listed it at, and of course they painted it and they staged it, like we said, and we got they got a pretty good number for that home. I think per square foot, that's the highest price paid per square foot. Of course, it's a 2,700 and change square foot home, but the views is what it was about, and that the single level living. So if you've got the need for single level living, give us a call, give Shane and I a call, because we've got a couple up the old sleeve that we want to tell you about, don't we, Shane?
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. And good to see those values up in Newport Ridge North. That's a great community to be in. So how about the broker preview?
Well, I've got a confession to make, Sugar Shane. I was kind of goofing off this afternoon. I
don't know if you were goofing off. I think you were working. I think we were all working.
Yeah, but I didn't get to see any on preview. And, of course, there was only 3. 45 Satiano. That's a nice price there at 4.85 with the views of the bay. 16 High Point, which we talked about before. Seen that one. Beautifully done inside. And if you look at the you don't have a photo, you just have a map here, but it's up in Pacific Ridge. Look at that. Look at that nice, what they call waterfall type island, and that new styling with those wide plank floors. That's what everybody's looking for. That guy doing that design plays right into the buyer's hands. It's going to be very, very popular, we think, with the buyers, and we'll be taking our buyers by that one.
Absolutely.
37 Vista Lucci was open today. That's in beautiful Pelican Heights. So, all righty. Well, must be time to hit the islands for Carlos for a little bit of Hawaii. Go to Hawaii. Because when you hear that music, that means it's time for Kiwi's Pick of the Week. Take it away, Sugar Shane. What is it and why?
Well, 17 High Water. Now, this is a big, beautiful custom home up in Crystal Cove. We have it currently a listing signed. We are not going to the MLS, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to have to contact us if you would like to see or a private showing of this home. Few things we like about this home, Kiwi. I mean, what's not to like? What do you think?
Well, look, the only thing you don't like about this home is the fact that it's not yours, because, man, my wife and I argue about this home being one of the best that we've seen, and we want to move in there, but our clients own it. 12,300 square feet of living. The lot size is nearly 21,000. 6 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, and we were up there today doing some great video to really showcase the homes. Haig was the builder. Cecil Carney was the architect, and that real modern, traditional, transitional, I should say, there's nothing traditional about it, that transitional styling is what the buyers really like. And we've got a lot of buyer interest on that one. We showed it again today. Tell us about the views and everything else there, Sugar.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kiwi, I've been in a lot of customs up in Crystal Cove, and this has always been my favorite. Big views. You get unobstructed sit-down views of Catalina straight out the living and kitchen area there, off the pool, infinity edge pool, with a shot down the coast. You can see Newport Harbor all the way down to Palos Verde. Incredible views. I don't know that you can find a home with much better views and styling. Like you said, Haig builder, Cecil Carney architect. Just an incredible home. I love this home. The movie theater, you sit down on those seats and you don't want to move. I'll tell you what, got an incredible entertaining space downstairs in the subterranean area, as well as that open air grotto, feel. So you get a lot more light in the subterranean area, which I love. Most homes down, when you go down in the subterranean, it really makes you feel like you're in the dungeon, in the basement. This home does not feel like you're underneath ground at all.
Yeah, and what Shane's talking about, and this is a great view shot too, by the way, it's very unobstructed. When you come into the home, you reach through, you've got a big infinity pool that's zero-edged all the way around, and but that view that Carlos just had up there really does do it justice. And looking down the hallway there, you can see the infinity pool from the end. But anyway, worth seeing. Give us a call on that one. The other thing too about this home that's really neat, besides this 2-story grotto, meaning it's clear all the way down to the basement, so that you get all this natural light. But look at that pool, pristine, absolutely. We had Sid the swan out there floating in that pool today. Meet Sid the swan, named after my daughter Sydney. But also the garage area, no columns. Park all those autos, pamper those autos. But, man, look at those views.
The master bedroom also encompasses the entire view side of the home. That is all master upstairs. It has his and hers bathrooms on both sides of the on opposite sides of the master bedroom. Master bedroom's in the middle. Big views, incredible home. Man, yeah. The only thing that I don't like is that it's not mine. Like you said, Kiwi, I would love to have this home.
Well, and folks, it could be yours because we'll show it to you anytime. Well, guys, what time is it, Carlos? Because this is Carlos's favorite time when he gets to get back at me. Now it's time for the Kiwi Squeeze. Hey, and this is where we ask you the question and ask for your comments and feedback. So, a bit of a competition for you. Can you name the 5 ladies that were in the original Real Housewives show number 1? I'm not going to give you any clues because you already know one of them. Sugar, do you know the answers?
I think I do.
Oh, you can't say. You can't say.
Jeremy?
Well, let's see. But
I'll let our
want,
followers try and guess.
no, I want the audience. Don't be shy, audience. There, do share. Comment down below if you can name and quickly now comment the 5 names of the first Orange County Housewives. Well, there's a big prize in it for you, and it's in a big box, and it's sweet, and we're going to give it to you. So first one that can come up with that gets the Seas Candy prize. Do share, comment down below, and get us those names so you can win your prize. Don't be shy. Well, guys, hey, it's time to wrap it up for another busy week of Kiwi the Coast real estate and lifestyle show. It's been marvelous having Jeana on the show. It's really bucked our spirits up. And where are we going to be? What are we up to this week? What are you up to, Shane?
Well, Kiwi, I think I'll be Christmas shopping this weekend. I got the weekend off for now. Who knows? That may change. I'm probably going to end up showing some houses, but that's okay. Quick tip, though. When you're at the mall, just valet your car or take an Uber. It's going to be difficult parking these next couple weekends.
And he is absolutely right. Uber is my friend, and I'm going to be out delivering the rest of those Seas candies to all those great clients out there that have made the year such a fabulous one for Team Kiwi, Shane, Carlos, and our goal is to help another 75 families next year, and make it a fabulous year for all our clients. It's all about helping our clients find the right home. And whether it's leasing or purchasing or selling a home, it's not about how much dollars we've made and how many times we're seen on the back of the shopping cart down there at Vaughn's. It's really, for us, what means a lot to us, especially this time of year, is giving back to our clients and making sure that we can help all those families next year. Isn't that right, Sugar Shane?
That's absolutely right. Helping our clients in the best we can.
Hey, and Carlos, Santa will come for you, my friend. He might have come. I see a couple of Amazon boxes outside there for young Carlos. Any last
Christmas
words, my friend? Huh? What did you get? What did you get?
Some
He's
film
not.
equipment.
Ooh.
Camera, film equipment, just getting ready to do a lot more videos, a lot more media, and a lot more marketing, etc.
Oh, bringing it in-house, bringing it in-house.
Ooh. It's a little bit self-serving there, giving camera equipment to Carlos, but he's well worth every lens and every click.
I can't wait. 2019, big marketing's coming up your way.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to it.
And remember, because we just do this now every 2 weeks because we love doing the show, but we've also got to have some extra time to do our movies and help all those people. It's time for a quick Kiwi ad so you know what we do in the business. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Team Kiwi is for hire. Remember, Team Kiwi is a top-performing real estate team here at Coldwell Banker, Newport Beach, here to serve and answer any of those real estate questions you might have 24/7. Call now. Operators are standing by. And back to the show. Hey, guys, before we leave, any last comments? Carlos?
I think this is our last show, right? Before
It is. Unless you want to do another one on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, maybe I'll be here. Most likely I'll be here working, but not sure if we'll do a show.
Carlos, you're getting the time off there, buddy. Well deserved. Well deserved. We're giving him Christmas Day off because he really needs it. And hey, I'll tell you what, take New Year's Day as well, my friend. It's the least we can do.
What? What about me? What about me?
Hey, and you get between, that's right. You get Christmas Eve off, Shane.
Okay. Happy holidays,
still
everyone. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Hope everyone had a good Hanukkah. I'll see you at the boat show. But we're still working. We're still selling houses. Don't forget, contact us. We're still working. Hey, we're still open.
From my family to your family, happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Kiwi of the coast, the agent with the most tips, tools, and tactics for your home. Meet Kiwi of the coast and team with the most qualified buyers for your home. Think Kiwi of the coast when you want to sell the most. Client satisfaction guaranteed. Client satisfaction guaranteed.